Hey jammers, so the day has finally come. Asmongold himself, the man, the myth, the legend. He's coming over to Final Fantasy XIV, or at least to give it a shot. Now, he just announced on Twitter a couple hours ago that he will be trying Final Fantasy XIV. This has been a long time coming. It's been a long time that he's been, watching the trailers. People have been telling him to try it. There's this big movement of people, really. Bellular has also been on this trend of trying the game, or at least having people telling them that they should try it. And it's tough when you build a channel around one specific game. It's really hard to go and do something completely different because you've solidified yourself in that market. And I think one of the reasons, well, there's a couple different reasons that Asmongold has expressed that he's not entirely interested in Final Fantasy XIV. He still enjoys WoW, and he still loves WoW, but there's some aspects that he's not entirely happy with. And, it's a train that he's going down with while it's burning down the tracks, but he's kind of okay with that. Now, obviously, there's some problems that he wants to address, So he said in a tweet, I will try Final Fantasy XIV, but then he also said in a follow-up that it isn't a big deal to him, but I know it is for a lot of other people. Please just try to let me enjoy and play the game without turning it into a drama or anything else unpleasant. It's just a game. And this is really weird. I'm not exactly sure why we even have to have this discussion, because at the end of the day, he's right. It is just a game. For him to try something else, for the WoW stands to go and give him crap for trying a new game, for, calling him a traitor or whatever they may call him, whatever names they may throw his way. He is just trying a different game. At the end of the day, why would you have to stay with a game just because you've been with it since the start? If you see something going down, something you're not happy with, vote with your dollars. There's been, like I said, there's been this trend of players moving away from World of Warcraft into Final Fantasy XIV. Obviously, there's a reason for it. Now, whether he's going to enjoy the game or not, that's a totally different thing. Asmongold is, there's definitely some content in Final Fantasy XIV I think that he will enjoy quite a bit, and hopefully he does. I have a feeling that there is a large majority of this game that he's not going to enjoy based on some of the videos he's made in the past and some of the comments he's made on stream. Hopefully he does give it a fair shot. I know the leveling experience is probably not going to be up his alley based on what I saw of him playing in the Burning Crusade Classic. Now, granted, he's already played through that content and he just wanted to get to the end game, but he was just kind of grinding through that content. So it'll be interesting to see him actually, assuming he is going to play this on stream, just watching him sit down and enjoy it kind of like a movie. Bellular actually replied to this tweet and said, honestly, it'd be a terrible streaming experience. Game is best played with audio on and no distractions. Also, A Realm Reborn can be an oddly paced slog. I wouldn't recommend putting yourself through streaming A Realm Reborn. If anything, probably through ARR and stream through the expansions. I can kind of understand that sentiment. The beginning of Final Fantasy XIV is not the fastest. Most players will say that that's actually the worst part of the game. So do I think that he should buy a skip and skip through that, go straight to Heaven's Ward? No, I think you should still do the beginning of part of the story. You still need to understand who all these characters are, who the Scions are, who you are as the Warrior of Light, and how the game is going to progress forward for you. Is it going to be slow for him? Probably, because he's been playing MMOs for years. But I think to give it a fair shot, you should at least start from the beginning. And, as I was saying, there's going to be all this drama that stirs up, and I'm not exactly sure why. I see a little bit on both sides on Twitter. There are some people who are very excited to see Asmongold giving Final Fantasy a shot, even if he's not making the full switch. Just giving it its day in court. Just giving it a shot, seeing if he likes it. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it doesn't hold his interest. But, you never know unless you try. It's just like asking a question. If you have a burning question that you want to ask someone and you kind of get scared and you just back off and don't even ask the question, well, you have no idea what the actual answer was going to be. But if you go ahead and ask said question and you get either a no or, the answer that you didn't want to hear, well, then you at least know the answer and you can you know, wipe your hands of it, move on and say, I've done this thing, I asked the question, I tried this game, wasn't for me, let's move on, and I'm just gonna move ahead with my life. But until he does that, he's still gonna have a large portion of his audience that is pushing him towards Final Fantasy, but there's also still a large portion that is going to stay with World of Warcraft. So we'll see, you know, what comes out of this. Hopefully he gets some positive feedback, even if he doesn't like the game. You know, I'm hoping that people are very positive about this and they don't go and ruin his experience of the game. I would almost, you know, like it if he just turned off the chat and just played the game still on stream, so you could still enjoy him playing it, but treated it more as just an insight into his mind as opposed to having to entertain an audience while he's playing it. Because I feel like if he's fighting off trolls and people who are either bashing him for coming to their game or bashing him for leaving his old one, I have a feeling that it might ruin the experience. So I kind of wish he would do something like that, but you know, I'm sure he won't. He's going to do his normal streaming thing. So, guys, let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think about this? Is this even noteworthy, or should it just kind of be passed off as, yeah, someone else is coming to play Final Fantasy? It's cool, but it's definitely not newsworthy. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit the notification bell. That way you never miss a video. Also join our Discord and follow me on Twitch. We stream there 3 times a week. All of that is down in the description below. But guys, that's all I got for today. Let's jam again sometime. Hit it.